Hey there, everybody. It's Jason Wood from 11 O'Clock Comics, back with another episode of Comics on Shelves for the week of Wednesday, December 28th, 2022. This week, 5 recommendations just wouldn't have been enough, and hey, since it's the last week of the year, we're going to splurge a little, and I'm going to share with you the 10 books that I'm most excited about. Up first from Marvel Comics, we have Timeless #1, which is a one-shot, written by Jed MacKay, who I think Marvel is grooming to be the next big thing, with a litany of artists, including Greg Land, Jay Leiston, Pat Zurcher, and Sal LaRocca, with colors by Frank Darmada. This is a story featuring Kang, as you might have guessed, and as I understand it, will set the tone for a bunch of the biggest storylines heading to Marvel in 2023. We head over to Boom Studios for our next pick, which is Book of Slaughter. This is an oversized one-shot. You'll notice the $9.99 price tag, so not for the faint of heart or budget-minded, but I'm very excited about this one because it sets the tone for the next major arcs in both Something is Killing the Children and its companion book, House of Slaughter. Up next is DC vs. Vampires number 12 of 12, written by James Tynion IV and Matthew Rosenberg, with art by Otto Schmidt. This is the final issue of the 12-issue maxi series that I think has been one of the best DC has done in years. It is an Elseworlds, but boy oh boy has it been jaw-droppingly entertaining from start to finish. Let's head back to Marvel Comics for Captain America: Symbol of Truth number 8, written by Toki Onyebuchi, with art by Ig Guara and colors by Jesus Abertov. In this one, Sam Wilson's sidekick, the new Falcon, has a bit of turmoil, as you can see from the cover, and likely Sam and his other cohorts will have to do their very best to contain the new Falk. A few weeks ago, I did a deep dive video on Philadelphia, with covering issues 1 through 25, and we're back again with number 26, which continues the current arc as President George Washington and his band of vampires take on Toussaint Louverture. If you've never read a Tradd Moore comic, you have missed out on mind-bendingly amazing artwork, and that's exactly what you'll get in Doctor Strange Fall Sunrise, number 2 of a 4-issue limited series. This is also written by Tradd with colors by Heather Moore, and it takes us on an absolutely orthogonal adventure featuring Stephen Strange doing really crazy surrealist stuff and drawn in a way that only Tradd could do. I told you all how excited I was at Jason Aaron's return to creator-owned comics last month with the first issue, and we're back again with Once Upon a Time at the End of the World number 2. Aaron is joined by artist Alexander Tefenki, with colors by industry vet Lee Lowridge. This is published by Boom Studios. The first issue left us with a massive cliffhanger, and I cannot wait to dig into this post-apocalyptic adventure later today. Sean Gordon Murphy's foray into the Batman universe with his own White Knight line at Black Label has been hit after hit, and here we have Batman Beyond the White Knight number 7 of 8, written by Sean Gordon Murphy, with art by Sean Gordon Murphy, and colors by industry great Dave Stewart. This has been yet another feather in Murphy's cap, and is the penultimate issue of what may be the best of the bunch so far. It's hard these days to bring me back to the most nostalgic time I was reading comics in the mid-'80s without it feeling dated, but that's exactly what Rainbow Rowell and Takeshi Miyazawa are doing on She-Hulk. We have issue number 9 coming out this week, of course published by Marvel Comics, and colors by good friend Rico Renzi. This is everything that the She-Hulk run from John Byrne was, not to mention a little bit of the classic Dan Slott run for good measure. One of the more underappreciated books on the stands. Last but certainly not least, we have The Nice House on the Lake number 12 of 12, written by James Tynion IV, art by Alvaro Martinez Bueno, and colors by Jordi Belair. Another DC Comics Black Label book. This is a bit of a bittersweet preview because it is the conclusion to one of the best horror books we've had the privilege of reading for the last few years, but I'm sure I'm not alone in being very excited to see how Tynion and Bueno wrap things up. That will do it for this week. As always, we very much appreciate you giving us the time, and please remember to like the video, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. All those things help reach new eyeballs. And of course, do give a listen to our flagship podcast, 11 O'Clock Comics, available at Spotify, Apple, and anywhere else that you choose. And if you want even more of us, you can reach us at 11o'clockcomics.com or patreon.com/11o'clockcomics. And we have a vibrant Facebook group as well. If you go on Facebook, just search for 11 O'Clock Comics and join the comics conversation.